Hi, this is Lisbeth, and this is the tip of the week. I have been talking about this before, um, quite a while ago, actually. So I wanted to take a moment and talk about it again. It's about carpets and rugs. Lately, I've been visiting a few people in their houses, both friends and clients. And what I see as a general thing is that a lot of people don't have carpets in their houses. I'm speaking for Norway. I'm in Norway at the moment. So here, there's a lot of houses with dogs, but no carpets. And I just want to go through a few reasons of why it's good if you invest in some rugs or carpets. You don't have to cover your whole floor in a wall-to-wall carpet. Not at all. What I've done, I'll actually show you. If you can see, I bought these rugs. You can see they're almost the same color as the floor. So it's rugs like that on the floor. That's what I have here in my little house. And I strongly suggest that you do the same, especially if you have a dog with mobility problems or a puppy or a senior dog. So let me tell you why. First of all, obviously, it prevents slipping. So hard floors like tiles and laminate and hardwood can be very slippery and making it difficult for dogs to walk and run. Maybe you don't want your dog to run inside the house, and that's fine. But sometimes they do walk a bit faster inside the house. And also, in particular, if you observe your dog when your dog is getting up from the floor. So if they lay down or even sit, and then to get up from a slippery floor is much more difficult than if you have a carpet. So, especially puppies, senior dogs, all dogs actually, but especially those, and those with mobility issues, of course, like arthritis or hip dysplasia. You know, my Wilma is almost 11 years old, and I can see that the way she's moving is different from what it used to be. So, they are especially prone to slipping and injury themselves. So, carpets obviously provide a better grip and preventing unnecessary stress to joints and muscles. So constant walking and running on hard surfaces can lead to joint pain and stiffness over time. And our wonderful collaboration with Julia Robertson and with myotherapy, Gal myotherapy, she has frequently talked about the same thing, how important it is to have non-slippery floors. So dogs, they land with force on their feet, and these hard surfaces don't observe that impact. So a carpet or rug will cushion their steps. It makes it easier and more better for their body, for their joints, um, to actually land on it. For example, if your dog is walking or coming down from the couch or from a chair or something. So it's more comfortable and it's reducing wear, wear and tear on the body. So yet another reason why should you even risk it? So when I learned this, I thought I'm not going to risk it. So that's why I got carpets and rugs for my home. I don't want it to risk it. Like I talked about, especially for my Wilma, who's now getting to be a senior dog, to lay down gets much more comfortable and easier. Some dogs, they prefer soft, warm surfaces over hard, cold floors, but this also changes, during the day. Sometimes they move from hard to soft surfaces, cold to warm, and so on. Now, I live in Norway, so if you live in a tropical country or a warmer place, obviously, maybe carpets isn't there for your dog to be warm. But for all of the other reasons, you should still have some rugs or some anti-slippery stuff on your floors. It also reduces noise. It creates a calmer environment. Hard floors can make the house very noisy, and footsteps and nails clicking. It's a constant sound stimulation for us and the dogs. So carpets absorb this sound, and your home is becoming more quieter and peaceful. Maybe that's something to consider as well. So some dogs, they are hesitant to walk on shiny or slippery floors. I actually had a dog some years ago who was terrified of slippery floors. So he just didn't want to walk on them. He had major problems. That's a whole other tip of the week or a whole other webinar on how we worked with that dog. But the first clue was to get carpets everywhere for him. So it was making him nervous and more fearful in certain areas of the home where we didn't have the carpets. So a carpet area can also give a safe, secure zone for those kind of dogs. So another good point and a final point today about non-slippery floors is that it also encourages natural behavior and play. So dogs, they love to stretch, they roll. Some of them, they play if you have a puppy. And this is so much more enjoyable if it's a soft, anti-slippery surface. They feel more confident and secure inside their home. So carpets actually allow dogs to more natural and confident movements without the fear of slipping. So like I said, you don't need to have wall-to-wall carpets in your house. I also appreciate the fact that you think that carpets is making things much harder to clean. Actually, that was why I didn't have any carpets years ago, before I learned this. But when I learned it, when I heard about it, I thought it makes so much sense to me. So I immediately went out and bought carpets. So it's not like I was born with this knowledge, although I'm thinking now that I should have had common sense to understand, but I didn't. I'm sorry, I didn't. So that's why I wanted to share this with you too. So maybe you're a little bit like me, you need to just be aware of it. Someone is making you aware of it. And today it's me making you aware of that. So have a look around your home, see if it's needed for some carpets or some rugs. Um, Also, it's great stimulation for your dog. If you want to get rugs that are secondhand rugs, for example, you put them out in the hallway, maybe not in your living room or bedroom if there are old carpets, but it's also good for that kind of thing. Okay, let me know if you have any feedback. If, I would love to hear from you if you have any positive experience with adding carpets or rugs in your home and you could actually see the difference, just like I did. And now I, of course, regret or ask myself, why didn't I do that 25 years ago? But I didn't know. No one told me, and I wasn't smart enough to figure it out myself. So, luckily, at some point I did, and I hope that you will consider the same thing for your dog. Have a very nice weekend, and I'll see you next week for another tip of the week. Bye.